On the Newsmaker line, Bobby Albert stands by. Bobby Albert is an expert on things with regards to the workplace and culture, and I want to talk to him on a subject we briefly hit yesterday, and he'll add a whole lot more to it than I could. Bobby, hi. Welcome to the program, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to enjoy being on your program.
Well, I hope we both enjoy it, and I think we probably will. You know, sometimes when you walk into a room, Bobby, and you say the word millennial, there are some people that if they're not millennials, they seemingly have a pretty bad reaction to that word, almost like they think that millennials are slovenly a little bit, maybe lazy. They just do what they can to get by. They're very self-absorbed. But a lot of people like you, Bobby, are saying that millennials actually are being a little bit misrepresented. Is that true?
Well, that is very true. It's quite interesting that the millennials are getting this bad rap, and some of it is, granted, some of it may be deserving, but most of it is. And some of it comes from that they change jobs fairly often early in their career, and it's looking at it could be a pattern. But let me just suggest this. What the millennials want from their boss is, do you care for me? Do I belong in this place? Do I fit on part of the team? Can I contribute toward the goals of this organization? Does this company stand for something? And do you create a learning environment that I can do the best job that I can do? Now, what is very interesting is those desires that millennials have are no different than every other employee at a place of business. And Gallup, who recently completed a survey of over 1 million employees and over 85,000 companies, have shown that out.
So are we finding out that millennials think just about the same things as their dads and their granddads did about their bosses and their companies, but maybe they voice it a little differently, that maybe they let it be known that it matters a little bit more to them?
Well, you really have touched on it, is that, because they're not bound by because of their age, they're not bound by a lot of debt, except outside of student debt, loans perhaps. And if they don't receive these things I just mentioned, is they're more likely to let their feet do the walking and go look somewhere else to find someone that can offer that to them.
Bobby, I'm 63 years of age, and so I graduated from high school in 72, and I remember back then that as a society, we were far less mobile. Your dad tended to work for the same company for 35 or 40 years because you just didn't move around that much, and so you tended to stay where you were planted. A lot of us grew up and lived in the same neighborhood our whole lives, but anymore that's not really the case, is it? So a millennial that might not be as happy with his job or his boss, maybe just like his dad wasn't, but the kid maybe is more mobile, so he might actually do something about it.
Well, that's exactly right. They're just much bolder at what they are really looking for, which is no different than everyone else. They're just much bolder to let their feet do the walking and change employers if they don't receive. Now, one of the things that, employers need to be aware of is that we live in a brave new workplace. The boomers, there's 10,000 boomers are reaching the age of 65 every day here in the United States, and the millennials on the other end, they're going to very soon, they're going to be the larger share of the number of people in the workplace. And when you couple all of that with technology that's disrupting just about every business and industry, is creating a change in the loyalty in this brave new workplace.
Yeah, see, that troubles me a little bit because I'm a boomer, and my producer sitting here that you talked to, Caleb is a millennial, and you're scaring me a little bit that in the workplace here pretty soon, Bobby, they're going to outnumber us, so we might be in trouble.
Well, one thing is I have found millennials need people like boomers to mentor them. That's something that they really desire because they want to do a good job like everyone else does. One thing in that Gallup survey is that the sad thing is that only 33% of the employees are engaged in their work. So, in other words, when they get up in the morning and go to their work, is that they are excited and can't wait to get there because they're accomplishing great things. So that leaves 67% of the people going to work every day are either disengaged. In other words, they're bored to death. It's just na 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 na, and or they either totally disengaged. In other words, when they go to work, is they're walking the hallway speaking badly about the leadership or about the company.
Well, then, should it be more, instead of when we look at each other like this, Bobby, instead of saying, okay, I'm a boomer, he's a millennial, should it be more, instead of trying to find out, okay, what is it about me work-wise that's different from him work-wise, is part of the mentoring trying to understand with each other what it's like to work together so we don't really visibly see these distinctions? We don't wear them like signs around our neck?
Well, yeah, I really like what you just said because people are people. And the desires haven't changed for centuries. Everyone has a deep desire for achievement and recognition for that achievement. And that desire, it doesn't make any difference. So in other words, people are people.
Yeah.
And, there's something in our culture, like try to break everything down by race or religion or whatever, is that we need to really stop worrying about separating everybody in this little silo and this little silo.
Yep.
Is that just look at people as people and do the best thing that we can do to meet their desires.
I think you're exactly right. Bobby, I don't have to talk to you real long, and I come to the quick realization that I don't think you're from Northeast Indiana. So where have we found you, Bobby?
Well, thank you for asking. You can I'm from Texas, and you can simply find me at BobbyAlbert.com, and I have a new book out called Principal Profits.
Okay.
Success is an inside job.
Okay, well, I used to live in Houston, Texas for a little bit, and Caleb, who you heard from, is a Hoosier originally, but just most recently came to us from Lubbock. And I'm a little nervous having you on the program because that southern Texas drawl of yours is so good, you don't even have to work at a radio voice, and I'm afraid you're going to talk me out of a job here. So, but Bobby, thank you very much. We're going to check out BobbyAlbert.com. We'll make sure that we link you on our website, and people can find your new book. And we'll certainly make sure that people understand we all need to work together, but we all need to work. Bobby, thank you so very much.
Thank you very much, Pat.